This episode of Phantomween is sponsored by filmfights.com.
Happy Halloween, everybody, and welcome to the final episode of Phantomween 2015. Phantomween.
If you need sound effects for your videos, you can always go on the internet and find some royalty-free ones, but it's much more fun to create your own. Here's a quick tutorial on making punch sound effects for your fight scenes. Movie punch sound effects are traditionally more over the top than they would be in real life, made up of several noises layered together. To recreate this action movie effect, you first need to collect a few different sounds. One way of getting a great sounding crack noise is using a leather belt like this. You could always use this for your punch sound effect, but to give it more oomph, it's better to have a deeper thud sound to go with it. You can do this by whacking a pillow like so. I also wanted a bone crunching sound, which I achieved by breaking lollipop sticks. And finally an air whooshing sound using either a cardboard tube or a piece of wooden dowel. Now all you need to do is line up your crack, thud and crunch sounds with the punch impact point in your video editor. Then put the whoosh sound slightly before this and you're done. You could also use hand claps for a variation on the cracking sound, just to make some slightly different sounding punches. In fact, if you whack the pillow with the wooden dowel, you get the thud and the air whoosh in one.
Happy fat. That's alright. Happy fat.
While out shopping, I found this really cheap Zipface makeup kit by Wilco. I've always liked this makeup effect and I was curious to see if I could make it look as good as it does in the picture just by using what's in the kit. So this is my test and review of the Wilco Frightful Zombie Zip Kit. The first thing I noticed was there's no actual real instructions apart from the picture and a general note about the application and removal of fake blood and latex. The contents of the kit are black and white face paint, 7ml of fake blood, 7ml of liquid latex, 7ml of horror flesh, 2 sponges, a zipper and a brush. Because of the lack of instructions, I assumed the latex was for blending the zip to the face and the horror flesh was for inside the wound. Before applying, I did a small test. My girlfriend was going to be my model, so I wanted to make sure she wasn't allergic to any of the makeup. So I put a bit of each in a small patch on her arm. Unfortunately, she had a reaction to the latex and slightly to the horror skin and blood. It's important with any makeup to do such a test for this reason. I also tested my skin, which came up clear, so I could continue on myself. Next, I inspected the zipper. It had some double-sided tape on the back, which I assumed was for fitting it to the face, but it wasn't very sticky, so pretty useless. When offering it up to my face, I noticed that it was a bit too wide at the sides and would have overlapped my eyes, so I trimmed it down by about half. Then I applied some of the white makeup over my entire face, then painted some latex on the back of the zip and on my face where I wanted it to fit. I let this dry slightly until tacky and then applied the zipper. It stuck really well even when moving my face. Next I used more latex to blend in the edges of the zipper. Once this was dry, I used more white face paint to blend it in even more. I was going to use the horror flesh inside the wound, but after testing the blood I figured it was good on its own. So I applied a nice thick layer of it and I was done. I was worried I wouldn't have enough latex and blood in the kit, but there was plenty left over, maybe even for a second application. I was impressed by how quickly and easy it was to get this look, and although it's not exactly like the picture, I think it's pretty close, and if I'd taken a little bit more time over it, I think I could have got it even closer. All in all, this was a great little makeup kit and well worth the £3 price tag.
Phantomween.
Don't forget to check out Matt's #1 Film Frights episode featuring the awesome filmmaking talents of Griffin Hammond of Indie Mogul fame. It's really deserving of that #1 spot. And regular Phantomween viewer and submitter David Trettle of Level Up Productions, who's an English teacher and aspiring filmmaker in South Korea, sent me a link to a little Halloween video he made. Lego of the Dead had some neat compositing and the gag at the end made me laugh, but the stop motion animation and audio could do with a little work. There is some potential here and I'm sure David would appreciate any advice you could pass on, so go check that out. And my advice to you, David, would be to go and check out the contests over at filmfights.com. Not because of my involvement with the site, but the feedback you get from other filmmakers is really useful and has helped me a ton over the years to become a better filmmaker. And while I'm on the subject of film fights, there's still a couple of days voting left on the Evil Dead fight, so go check that out and pick your favourite. The randomly selected winner of last week's commenters contest was Miss Kimmyboo. Well done, I'll be contacting you shortly and that Nostromo crew patch will be coming your way. I'd like to say a huge thank you to everyone that's got involved and helped out this year. It's been great fun, and Phantomween will be back next October. Until then, happy Halloween and thanks for watching.
We'd like to wish you a scary Halloween.
Phantomween.